What's up, everybody? It is time for another lean reflection. Hopefully, you guys are having a good time, having a good week. This week, for our lean reflection, we are looking at the end of Acts chapter 2, specifically from verses 42 through the end of the chapter, verse 47. So, this last Sunday, when we looked at this scripture, we talked about how do we respond, right? That, like, the week beforehand, actually a few weeks because we were snowed out and iced out, we looked at Pentecost, the earlier part of Acts 2, where God shows up, God moves, the Spirit comes, the Spirit moves. It's great, it's big, it's powerful. But then there's this question of what comes next. What do we do? How do we respond when God shows up? And in this passage, we see this really interesting, what we would describe as naturally supernatural response. There's the cool, flashy stuff, the powerful stuff, the healings, the miracles, the signs and wonders, the radical generosity. And there's also just really normal stuff, right? Like they eat together, they're enjoying each other's company, they're doing like proto Bible studies, they're dedicating themselves to teaching and to prayer and to eating with each other. And it's this holistic whole life response to God moving and doing something. And so for this week, as you've read through the scripture, as you've taken a moment to pray and listen, I just want to encourage you to think through two things when it comes to responding to a move from God, right? Because we could stop here and just talk about how do we respond, right? When God speaks, when God moves, when you feel the Spirit move on your heart, how do you respond? How do you make sure that you're responding well and saying yes? But in order to respond, there actually has to be something to respond to, right? And we believe that God shows up. We believe that God still speaks and God still moves. So then first, are we expecting? Right here in Acts 2, they were sitting and waiting and expecting something to happen. They were expecting God to move and they were ready to respond because they expected God to show up. Are you expecting the way that you're living? Are you actually expecting God to show up? Are you living in a way that expects God to speak, to move, to heal? And when he does, how are you responding? Is it with eagerness? Are we saying yes, even if it's scary? Or have we taken parts of our life and partitioned them out so that Jesus isn't touching them as much? So are you expecting? How are you expecting? And are you responding? How are you responding to when God acts and moves and shows up? Give it a thought, give it some prayer, and check in with your group.